right.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I also want to thank God, man.
Hola, hola, hola. Buenas noches.
You're a little loud, I think. No?
Oh, am I?
Might be. Who's this? Before.
No, I'm over
Okay.
here.
We'll just, okay,
Oh,
you're
I'm
good.
sorry,
You're
I'm
good.
sorry.
Okay.
Is it maybe your monitor? Hey, welcome once again to another episode of Astro Boys on this fine, snowy Friday in January 2025. You done here? So, my name is the KC Waltz. Over here on my left is
No one.
Joe Hooters.
Joe who?
He's taking the number of tutors. And then over here on my right is the original TI. And the very, very end over there, you recognize him for Ken. And we, too, decided to rest with the Bengals this weekend.
At least Joe did.
Because we are starters. We are starters. So, all right. So, first off, man, did you see how terrible the beginning of the week was? Monday and Tuesday with the weather? Like a record-breaking since 1993, the heaviest snow or whatever that fell 13 inches in some places. How did you guys get out? Or you were talking about it, Ken. So you didn't go to work? No way.
So I didn't get out on Monday.
No way.
General Motors shut down. Thanks to the state of Kansas, that shut down every interstate. So there was no other option. So I enjoyed it.
They made that pretty easy for you. I work from home, so I still worked. But I did get out because I have a 4-wheel drive, which is nice. Kind of makes you feel like king of the road for a little bit. Yeah. Get out, go to the store. There's actually stores open, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So we are, since I work in the office now and not out in the streets, I am not considered an essential worker anymore. So whenever these UG offices close, that's me too. So, I didn't go to work on Monday and Tuesday. And then Tuesday, I brought out the old John Deere 790, big old tractor with my snow blade. And I wiped everything out and cut a path within like 10 minutes while I watched my neighbors suffer with their little shovels.
And you weren't even nice enough to go help.
Didn't even try to help with this awesome tractor.
And then
it'll totally help you, but you didn't ask.
That's like the neighbor down the street that has a snowblower, but only did his freaking driveway and
stopped,
his walkway.
Stopped right at that.
Stopped at the mailbox and didn't do anything else.
Looks at his elderly neighbor out there struggling with her lower back.
No, so then I felt bad and I went ahead and cleared a couple of their.
Oh, bullshit! No, he didn't do that. Don't lie.
They were watching me in envy, like, I want one of those. I said, you damn right you do.
And Waltz went back inside and had his hot cocoa.
No, across the street is my doctor, so I had to get his, of course.
Oh, that's a good call. That's a good call. I got to help out the doctor.
Yeah, my next door neighbor, they have a son that's wheelchair, so I asked them, but they were already pretty much done. They said, no, thanks. I said, sorry about that.
The greenhouse across the way?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's your doctor?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, so we had our HOA did a shitty job of clearing our streets, and so everyone was in an uproar. We have a thread. It was funny. I thought it was funny. Because you see certain people just calling that shit out left and right. So they basically came down the street and they plowed, right? But they literally just, they didn't touch the cul-de-sacs because they didn't know how to go in a circle. So they were just pushing shit straight down. And then they left it to where only one car could pass down the lanes and shit. So, people were fucking hot.
So what if another car was coming up?
I mean, that's again, I didn't run into that issue, but that was what people would, be pissed about.
You know what? You should have kept your asses home. They said everybody keep your asses home.
Oh yeah, that's true. But still,
your HOA is in charge of blowing your stuff, not the
city. We don't even have lights because we're not part of the city.
You're not part of the city.
Nope. We're a private neighborhood.
What do you mean you don't have lights?
We literally do not have streetlights in our neighborhood at all.
No electricity in TI's neighborhood.
Yeah, no electricity, dude. Everything runs on generators.
Got a coal burning stove.
What are those? The Amish?
It's a really noisy neighborhood because it's all generators, dude.
It is in the Amish, right?
You're getting there, like when you hear a humming sound, and then like 5 minutes later, you're there up into the neighborhood.
So, Joe, did you work on Monday, Tuesday during the storm?
I did not work Monday. No, we shut down.
But Tuesday you did?
Well, we worked Tuesday, yeah.
I thought everybody had to shut down basically because of the interstate system.
Most places did, but not everybody.
I thought Tuesday was worse than Monday.
Oh, no, they're putting retailers.
I was fine on Tuesday. I was out and about on Tuesday. I had to take king size Keaton back to Iowa on Tuesday.
I was worried about Sunday. Sunday was the ice,
So
right?
was it-
Monday was the snow. Snow wasn't shit.
Yeah.
Further north, it was more snow, right?
So that's what I was talking to Waltz about earlier. Like I got north up like where 29 and 435 meet
Mhm.
up there in Platte City. From Platte City to St. Joe, that 30-mile stretch was probably the worst that I've had to deal with. But once I got to the north side of St. Joe, it was clear highways. You could barely tell that they got any snow.
So we do got two viewers. That's we got two people watching live right now. I bet they are feel like, hey, they didn't know that they was going to get a weather report from us. So that's cool.
Hey, you know,
No, apparently Kansas got more snow than Wisconsin and all those northern states so far. So
the good point on all that is they did dial it down from the 24 inches that we were originally calling for.
remember that
And
time
we
of
got
snow-
we got 13 down
Snowmageddon?
we got 13 down in Lee Summit.
Yeah, we got 13 up here too. All 13 inches, my friend.
Oh, see, there's now there's three
Mm.
viewers because you keep on
'Cause
saying
I-
13 inches.
Yeah, because I'm bringing up inches.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get into that, man, because apparently Joe has another engagement. So let's go straight into.
Other than Ad Astra Boys?
It's been a busy day. It's been a busy day.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring up that Chiefs game, the game that didn't count for anything, but we rested a lot of our main starters. There were some starters that played, but we had Carson Wentz out there, and now we lost against the Denver Broncos 38-0. I felt like that game was, I know it was vanilla. Hey, come on, Waltz. I mean, it was vanilla. It was a vanilla call play. I get that, but there were some decisions in that game where I was disappointed with Carson Wentz and how he handled it. Now, Carson Wentz plays with these wide receivers and with these backup tight ends. They're all second string. So that's his crew. But the way he was making his decisions and the way he was throwing the ball, it was not good. It was boring. It reminded me of a preseason game.
The moment the play started to break down, right, where Mahomes is able to do a little bit of scrambling, maybe make a couple of plays here and there, Carson Wentz had none of it, right?
Yeah,
the moment the play broke down, the dude didn't know. He more or less went into the fetal position, even when he was standing, man. He went into the fetal position because I'm about to get hit.
He's an old school pocket passer. Like he doesn't have the scrambling.
You know, I heard one of the announcers, or this was kind of after the game, saying, they're talking about his stats. He's like, he almost had 100 yards passing.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
bad. And then that was the first time in Andy Reid's
What, the shutout?
Mahomes era? Yeah.
The shutout? Yeah,
Was
but
it
Mahomes
ever,
wasn't
or was
playing.
it Mahomes era?
Well, the Mahomes era during the, I would imagine, probably since Andy Reid's
Uh,
been here, actually, as a matter of fact.
I will
So-
say that I didn't like how Denver ran up the score. So they get their ass kicked.
I
can see
feel
why.
different. I feel different. So I
Yeah.
felt like the best part
I
of the
like
game
that.
is, even though it was against our backups, even though it was against, like you said, the vanilla defensive play calls, even on offense, right? The fact that they go out of this game and they were feeling good about themselves, that's perfect, because I would love to see them knock off the Bills for us.
There were a lot of 3-and-outs, but you thought they ran to the score like
yeah, it's
in the fourth
38
quarter?
It's 38-0.
I don't think they like purposely ran it up. They were just playing the game.
100%.
They definitely did. They were still throwing those dagger
there's-
shots
in the fourth
and-
quarter when it was.
Yeah, Mims was going off in the fourth quarter,
So
man.
you would rather have them like just ran the ball.
Have you
out?
ever? I mean,
That's
yeah,
what-
like,
You work on things. If you got a second string defense out there, like let's see what we can do against them.
That's
You
a
know
good
what I'm saying?
point.
Like,
That's a good point. Let's open it up.
Yeah, your
Get
boy.
some
Uh,
things.
So
These
that we can
are-
get intercepted next week.
These are professionals. They don't need to work on it.
So-
they
so
absolutely do.
FAU was out there, and then I
always
saw
gotta work on
Uche.
it.
I saw
Did you see
Uche.
him?
He was out there.
Did you see
I think I
FAU?
did. I think I
Did you
did.
see him?
Disappointed once again with the whole Uche and FAU, and then this was with their opportunity to come up. There was no pressure.
One bright spot I thought was Jaden Hicks. He was still making his plays, but he's only one guy. But he was making the best of his opportunities
One-
so
one
far these
thing-
last couple of weeks.
Jaden Hicks is going to be our starting safety
Yeah.
next year.
Now that
He's-
dude's
he's
if
a
he
starter.
keeps if he keeps going like this,
That
he's
dude-
going to make a name for
That
himself.
dude was everywhere.
One-
He was killing people.
One thing
if
that
you pay
was-
attention, he was last week too, but he's only one guy.
One thing that was going on in last week's game that I thought was a big concern still is DJ Humphries looked like shit. He gave up, I can't remember how many pressures, and he gave up a
Did
couple
you see?
sacks.
He
So-
fell down. He missed
Yeah.
that guy totally. He just fell down.
So they're
face plant.
basically just saying like, yeah, we need to stick Tooney back at tackle and bring in Allegretti and make him the guard.
Goddamn right
which-
about that.
And then they actually showed
Yeah,
they showed
that's what it's gonna
Allegretti's
do.
grades, and he actually
He's doing pretty good.
yeah, he hasn't given up a sack. I don't think he's given up a sack yet. But
So I saw somewhere or heard somewhere that when Tooney plays left, then Patrick Mahomes throws the ball out faster for some reason. But so you're thinking DJ Humphries is not going to?
I mean, it's his first game back. I'll give him that, but he didn't look very good.
Okay.
He was rusty,
especially for
for
$4 million a year or whatever.
We could always adjust. We could put him out there. We could always adjust.
Oh yeah, we
after
could
the first
start it.
quarter.
I mean,
Not if he's doing that shit though.
Right, but yeah, he got injured, and then this was the first game back. So I'm glad he got the reps. Hopefully, he'll learn from it and he'll get better and with practices. So we'll see.
we still got 2 weeks.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on that? Broncos
There's
game?
not a whole
But
lot
they were
you can
pretty proud,
gauge.
weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they had their chest out, puffing it out.
I told
and
you. I
shit.
told you they
That-
ran the
I'll
score.
say
out
this,
there,
man,
yeah.
That's a good thing to do for a young team like that in our first go around with Bo Nix in the playoffs. Like, get their fucking confidence up. Like,
Yep.
do what they can. Absolutely.
No, here's the thing. So they will go into the, I guess, against the Bills with a lot of confidence, and they got Sutton playing really good. You got Mims coming on really strong, and I think they got the #1 defense still, so they could pull off the upset.
I think that Bo Nix is going to have a horrible game against the Bills.
We'll see.
He made a lot of good plays against the Chiefs backups, and there were a lot of close plays.
Yeah.
You know,
But
if those were regular starters.
But he
those-
also got 38 points.
But he almost beat our starters too. We just blocked the field goal.
I mean, I don't know. He's a pretty good quarterback, I guess. I don't.
You know,
like him.
I'm glad he's a really good quarterback. I think he's going to be pretty good. I'm
The
glad
legend
we
Bo
got.
Nix.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that rivalry back with the Denver Broncos because it's been
me
a
too.
while.
Because I'm pretty much hating the Broncos right now.
I mentioned this
So,
last week. Do you
of
know
hate.
that Bo Nix got more votes for the Pro Bowl than Patrick Mahomes did?
You did?
Probably.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes was the 8th quarterback.
Since you brought up the Pro Bowl, did you see that McDuffie was the 3rd ranked cornerback in the NFL?
Yeah.
Yep, and
the
he
Pro
wasn't
Bowl?
didn't even make the top 10 in the Pro Bowl voting.
The third. He didn't make the
I
All-Pro.
just,
He got
I
second team.
literally said that, Ken.
I thought you said Pro Bowl.
I was like, speaking of the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you say
Yeah.
All Pro. Okay.
Speaking of which, hey guys, calm down, guys. Everybody relax. So, so what are we looking at as far as in the future? Whoever we're playing against. So we're gonna have Hollywood Brown back. Let's talk about the wide receivers. So we got Hollywood Brown, we got D Hop, and then who's the
I don't
third?
think we have D Hop.
Do you help us hurt?
No, I don't. We don't. You're talking about for the game or for the season?
coming
No,
up.
for the
Coming-
upcoming
Oh,
game.
okay, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no matter who we play.
Oh, I got you.
I'm just trying to figure out who would be that third wide receiver.
Oh, it's easy.
Oh,
dude.
Worthy.
It's- Yeah, dude. It's like,
Worthy.
what are you even wondering, dude? Where have you been?
Yeah.
Man, I forgot all about
If
that.
you,
Okay.
if you didn't see Casey Walsh last week, he's
He's
following-
on another one this week.
He's
So I
following it
should-
up, buddy.
I
He's
should
following it
explain.
up.
Maybe you should give him a sip at
Yeah.
least.
Go ahead and,
Yeah.
view that
He's
last
like, I
one.
don't know. Watson had a really good game 2 weeks ago. Maybe it's Watson.
Review that that last one. So yeah, I did show up because I was on vacation, and you know, every day you can only drink so much. So.
He got here. He was digging through his pockets for his notes. Like, where's my notes? Where's my notes?
I don't know. Was
They
it
were
a
on a
good
bar
No, I
napkin.
didn't.
was it a good thing or a bad thing you found the notes for him, Ti?
You know what I think it was? Remember? That's when he got here late because he thought it was like at a different time.
And
So I think he rushed out of the
Oh,
house and just
yeah.
left the shit on the table.
And he couldn't read his own handwriting.
No, I have
Yeah.
my notes here. I brought notes.
Well, we're talking about last
Today,
week.
We're talking about
Yeah.
next.
No,
last
2
week.
weeks ago,
You,
not last
you
week.
did not have this last week.
No, I had this right here.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, that piece of
that's-
paper.
Look, yeah,
It's
'cause
official.
I
It's
just,
official,
I
yeah.
just crumbled it up, so I had my notes. I did my studies. Okay, so then starting
on.
running back, Isaiah Pacheco. Then
Why,
we
why are
got
we going through the lineup?
just so we can talk about the
We
lineup.
know who they play. We know who plays. Let's get to the playoffs.
Hey, we're gonna talk about this. What about so we're gonna play the winner of the Chargers versus Texans, right?
Not
necessarily.
necessarily.
The
No,
NFL
oh,
reseeds.
Nope.
What?
They reseed.
Oh, okay.
So if
that
Denver
makes
happens to
sense.
pull
okay.
Yeah, pull a big upside
I
off.
see.
and we'd
I
have
follow.
it.
Or,
Or we could play the Steelers.
Or the Steelers, yeah.
We'll play the
Okay.
lowest seed.
And I could
okay.
actually see the Steelers doing it.
All right, so we're
I like
so
that.
Really, the Steelers have sucked.
Just
ass.
their defense
Well, hold
alone.
on.
Their
So they're
defense
1-1.
alone.
They're 1-1 against the Ravens this year. So they did
Yeah,
beat
they
them
did.
in November, 18-16. But then they lost the last game. I think that was in September,
Yeah, the
actually.
Steelers started off really well.
Or
and then
November. They lost this last one 34-17
Yeah.
against the
Well,
Ravens.
they've lost
so-
their last
That was
4
week
games.
17, yeah.
all right. Let's go one game at a time. So we're done with the Chiefs, right? Okay, so
Well, we're
we'll
getting-
talk
we're
about
just
the
getting
game.
on to the
So
playoffs.
this Saturday, the Chargers are going to be at the Texans. What do you think?
I say the Chargers.
Chargers at the Texans.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Texans.
I'm
I
going
think-
Texans personally.
Honestly, I think if the Texans can establish the running game, which they haven't had the past few games, get Joe Mixon going, even though they're minus Tank Dell, I think Nico Collins and who's their tight end they have there?
Yeah, that guy.
You should have wrote some notes down. Ken.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
Oh, Schultz. Yep.
Yeah, I think that they'll have enough that they can beat them. Now, it's all dependent on the run game, I think. If they can get Mixon going, Mixon brings a lot to the table.
And the Chargers defense is getting a little depleted there.
Do they have some injuries going on too?
Mhm. They
Yep.
still got the what's it name? Bosa. They still got
I
him.
mean, is he playing? Because he's always hurt.
Bosa
Yeah.
and Mac.
He's always hurt.
Khalil Mack still on
And-
the other side.
And the
Mac.
Texans actually looked decent last week. I
guess
think
too.
I don't even know who they played, but
But they look decent, huh?
I seen
They
that
look decent.
CJ Stroud played better. I have to look that shit up, but
Okay.
Yeah. Get
Okay.
on that, Ti.
Thank
Get
you.
on
Yep. They won like I don't know. They scored like 23 points. It was
So-
better than the 2 points he scored the week before. So I was
Oh,
grading him on that
ouch.
curve.
There you
That's
go.
what I meant.
that. That is a fact.
But I'm a CJ Stroud fan, man. I hope to see him. I know he started having a rough season there at the end, but I think he's gonna shake it and he's gonna have a good game. And
So you're saying Texans?
They played
Texans.
the Titans.
Okay. So for you folks that are tuning in, we're talking about the upcoming playoffs for the NFL. Give your insight. Let us know who you think is going to win. So we are talking about the Chargers at the Texans. Joe said Chargers.
Chargers for sure.
Ken?
I said Texans, but it's all dependent on the run game.
No,
you know what?
Which you
That
can't
is-
depend
that
on
is
shit.
Classic,
You gotta
that is
pick.
classic fucking.
I'm telling you.
Maybe.
it's the-
You're trying to
I
give
don't
himself an
know.
out. Well, I told you. I
Possibly.
told you.
Here.
Like
Oh,
if
I'm
they
not
lose,
telling you, it hinges
if they-
just on the
if
run
they
game.
lose,
If
it'd be
they
like,
don't
I told
establish
you.
the run game, they're going to lose.
Is that not classic Ken?
That
okay.
is that is a justified answer.
But-
That's
but-
what I'm telling you.
But you're picking the Texans no
Yeah,
matter
I'm
what.
picking the Texans because I think they can get the run game going. Because
Yeah,
that's
Boom, there it
that'll-
is.
that'll
Ken says they're going to get the
that'll
run game going.
neutralize the pass
Yeah.
rush with
You
Bosa
give-
and Khalil Mack if they can run the fucking ball.
Okay.
And if they do that, they're not going to rush.
You give me
Get
a
to
quick
know as
answer.
much.
Don't give me two answers.
I like
That's
the
how
two
you explain
answers.
something. That's how you
Contradict
Yeah,
explain
you gotta
other.
you gotta
They're
expand
not-
sometimes.
they're
Yeah, I think the Texans will win, but I think the Chargers will too.
No, I don't. I'm just saying if they don't get the run game going, they're going to lose.
Okay.
Hey, remember Ken last week when,
That was
when
a
Waltz,
good one.
Waltz would ask a question, then didn't want to hear no one's answers.
No, because you guys were look. If you guys start saying
It's-
stupid shit,
it's
I
too-
will mute you.
It's too complex.
will
for
mute
Waltz.
you.
Waltz.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
more than a two-word answer? No.
Okay, let me do. I'll do Texans. I'll
You're
do
doing
Texans.
oh, you
yeah.
guys all want the Texans?
Yeah, I'll do Texans over the
Okay,
Chargers.
Okay.
All right, we got 3
Chargers.
Texans, 1 Charger.
Okay, so let's move on to the next game on Saturday.
I mean, all the other
Oh,
games are going to
geez.
be Ravens or Bills, right?
Yeah. No, well, so we got the Steelers versus the
Can
Ravens,
we talk
right?
about it?
Yeah, so that's something to consider.
Because
And
you
we've already
gotta
said
go.
it. They are 1-1, right? So is Russell Wilson. So pretty much in that one, the way I feel is Russell Wilson and George Pickens versus Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers, right?
Zay Flowers
It's-
is not playing.
Yes,
Yeah,
there you
he's
go.
injured.
Then there it is. Then versus Lamar Jackson. I'm personally going to take. I'm going to go with Steelers for the upset on this one. No, I'm kidding. I'm taking
I
the.
was like,
I'm
sure you
taking the
are.
Ravens, and there's a reason because they fucking finished the last 4 games very strong.
So Tracy Ellis chimed in. Who would we like to see in the divisional one? Divisional. I want
Yeah,
Denver.
Tracy
just
wants Denver.
because 2 reasons. 1, they beat the Bills. 2, I want a revenge game at Arrowhead.
I would, yes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that'd be
mind seeing the Broncos so we can fucking smash them. Yeah, because I didn't like them, man.
Oh
They-
yeah,
they
for
were
that
acting cocky.
38-0 run up they did.
They
Yes.
ran it up. They were acting cocky. And
So stay tuned, Tracy, because we're going to cover that game here soon. So back to the Steelers at Baltimore. I don't know. So Lamar Jackson has a tendency to hiccup during the playoffs. I'm not sure he's going to do this in this game, but the Steelers, they have a pretty good advantage, man. Now that Zay Flowers is out,
When did Zay Flowers go out, by the way?
Last game.
Last game.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's very big. That's huge, actually. So,
Yeah. Oh man. And then the running game.
because I don't know if you guys caught this. Their last 4 games, they scored 35, 34, 31, and 35.
But the
Oh, yeah.
Steelers have
Yep.
been on a losing streak, and they've just been not good.
Yeah, they turned into ass towards the end of the
They
season.
did.
So
They
I'm
did.
going to say Baltimore is going to
Baltimore is going to run them out the building.
It's going to be
So,
close.
I do hear what you're saying about Lamar Jackson not being very good in the playoffs. I actually heard a pretty good stat on the way here. They said if he wins the MVP this year, it'd be his 3rd, right?
Some
And that
bullshit.
that would give him more MVPs than playoff wins.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, man.
That's a hell of a stat right there, man.
That ranks up there with Tyreek Hill having more babies than touchdowns this year.
That's how you come with stats, guys. That's how you come with stats. You guys over there on the right, you guys need to pick it up.
Yeah. So, but I will say that they're going to get past the Steelers. The next game, I don't know. I don't know if it's the Bills and Ravens.
That'll be a good one.
All
I
right, we're
think
not there
that's
yet.
where
We're not there
that's
yet.
where the
We're not
hiccup
there
will
yet.
happen.
That's the
We're
big
not there
game.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ravens, Pittsburgh. I'm going to take the Ravens. I think they still have enough firepower with Derrick Henry running the ball.
Oh,
They
yeah.
still have Rashad Bateman who could step into that one spot, and I think who will have a big game is their backup tight end Isaiah Likely. He's basically a big wide receiver.
Yeah, fuck Likely.
All right, remember that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think he'll have a big game.
I mean, he
I
might.
I like that, Ken. So now, since we're gonna give our picks, also give your who's gonna be who's gonna have a big game. Guys, dang, can you open up
Surprise-
this?
oh my God.
Oh, man, would you help,
Uh,
would you
so-
help this guy with opening up
No.
his bottle?
Can I help you up, buddy?
Yeah.
So
This will be
okay,
embarrassing if he opens this on
Let-
live
let-
podcast.
we'll back it up.
Ooh,
That's how a
hey.
man opens it.
We'll back it up. You already know Joe Mixon's my X factor in the first game. This game, I'm going to go with Isaiah Likely.
Isaiah Likely is your X factor, huh?
In this game, yep.
Oh, for the Ravens?
Yep.
Okay. So then, so back to the Chargers and Texans. I'm gonna say Nico Collins.
Yep.
Joe.
The Chargers and Texans game, the X factor.
Yeah.
I have no idea, man.
That's
I don't
cool.
really
That's
care
cool.
So
about
while
it.
he's thinking about it,
I don't
it's all
care
about,
that
look,
game.
it's all
Just pick
about
the Chargers.
It's all about CJ. That one's all about CJ Stroud.
Okay,
It's
CJ
all about CJ Stroud.
Okay. So now with the Steelers and Baltimore, who you pick,
The Ravens.
and who's your X factor?
See, my X factor is going to be Russell Wilson because,
Because he's gonna be terrible.
yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
that's
if
an opposite
he
X
plays
factor.
well, I think they have a chance, but I don't think he's going to play well. So we'll see.
My X factor is George Pickens.
George Pickens.
Will Pickens be able to go? And we know he can, right? Because
He'll go.
Russell's going to launch some balls up. Can he catch those contested balls or not?
So you're picking the Steelers to win then?
Can he keep his mind right?
No, I'm just saying. I think he's going to be an X factor of how that game goes. I'm still picking the Ravens, but I think Pickens is a big factor that'll determine whether they win or lose.
All right. Okay, let's move on to Sunday games. We have 3 of them. Broncos. Wait, let's see. Wouldn't it be funny this season if for a crazy reason, Tracy Ellis, the Broncos beat the Bills and Bolts beat both Texans and then the Ravens. So we are looking at an AFC divisional round and AFC West
I guess
championship game.
that could be a possibility, huh? And just a couple years ago, the AFC West sucked besides the Chiefs, right? Like everybody, the Chargers, the
Oh, yeah.
Broncos,
For at least a couple of years.
Yeah, everybody was awful. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool that everybody in the AFC West was besides the
We
Raiders.
show them all,
Yeah, right.
except for the Las
Raiders.
Vegas football team that we never mentioned their names here on this.
Yeah. Poor Las Vegas football. team.
So Sunday, the Broncos at the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills. I mean, the Bills are going to destroy him, right? I think the Bills are going to destroy him.
I don't know about, yeah,
destroy.
honestly, I don't know
Oh,
about
man.
destroy because, again, who does, I know there's James Cook, but besides Josh Allen, like, who is there? Who is he throwing the ball to?
I mean, the
Keon
same
Coleman,
people he's thrown to all
Can
year.
you name them, though?
Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid,
Kim can.
Curtis Samuel.
Who's their,
Okay.
who's their wide receiver? I guess it didn't
Keon
matter because
Coleman.
So he's been managing the
He's
game
a
well,
rookie.
but
He's basically,
he's a rookie.
I think Keon Coleman.
That's what it said.
Oh,
He's
okay,
a rookie.
okay. So I think what they did is they took the blueprint of the Chiefs and they got a bunch of receivers who are just reliable receivers out of catch the ball and are unselfish and not, I think that's why they got rid of Diggs. He demanded the ball too much. So
You know who
none
else they
the
got
other
rid
guys-
of? NVS.
Yes, they did. But he blew up in
Yeah,
the Saints.
yeah, New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans takes all our ex players. I didn't even know that CH was down there.
Oh yeah, that's where.
Oh, that was
his
recent
hometown,
though.
Yeah, but I was just like, I saw their box score. I was like, who is this guy?
that was
Why is
recent.
Who was Clyde Edwards-Helaire? I never heard of him.
Yeah, that was wild.
So then Broncos defense is really, really good. So I mean, I think if we can keep Josh Denton,
keep him
Josh Daniels
contained.
contained.
What are you talking about over there, man? I'm not
I
talking about
didn't
your
say
spitting.
we.
I was like, you called the Broncos we.
I know. Sorry about that, guys. I
Yeah.
should mute myself now.
Yes.
So, then, like T.I. said, Cortland Sutton, they got some weapons, man. They got a decent running game. For some reason, Broncos, for longest time in history, their running game has always been really good. What is it? The high altitude or something?
Javonte Williams and what's the other guy's name? McLaughlin or whatever.
Mike Anderson? Was it
Colin.
Mike Anderson?
No,
Mike
Mike Anderson.
That
dude's
was
fucking old.
like 10 years ago, Mike Anderson.
Yeah, I'm
right?
talking about old
Yeah.
school.
Oh,
too.
they've always had a pretty good running game. I think that's just always the style that they wanted to do, is be a strong running team.
And so the Bills defense, are
Who's
they
that
the
dude?
ones who's
Who's the new
struggling
guy?
a little bit?
Estime?
The Bills defense ain't too hot this
They're
year.
not
It's
that
not.
good.
That's right. You know why? Because there's always high scoring games. They're always winning it by a few, but you notice they're always in like in the 20s and 30s and like almost
They
40s.
score a lot of points. They score points.
Yeah, so their defense isn't good. So there might be a chance. There might be.
That's
a
what I'm
chance.
saying. The Denver's is not a great matchup for them. I don't think it's a great matchup for them.
It's not going to be a big weather game either. I was just looking at that. Also, that's what I was kind of hinging on. Also, if it's going to have that nasty fucking snow or anything.
Well,
but
they're
it's
both
supposed
used
be-
to it though.
Well, yeah, but you know how it gets in Buffalo, where you get like feet of snow and they got to shovel their own seats out and stuff. But it's supposed to be like 32 degrees, sunshine. So I don't think weather's going to be a factor. I'm going to ride with Buffalo.
Could you imagine going to the Chiefs game and have to shovel your
I'd be
snow out?
pissed.
Like, what the fuck is this?
They
man?
pay those guys. They pay them $20 an hour to go out there and shovel them.
And they can stick
Yeah,
around and watch
that
the
would
game.
suck.
You can keep
Standing
that
room
$20
only.
an hour.
So it sounds like from what we said, right, with our picks and stuff. So if it goes the way we think it's going to go, aside from Joe, we'll be playing the Chargers
All the favorites
next
win.
week,
Yeah, if it goes the way I say.
or the Texans. I meant to say.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me.
You were right.
If it goes the
T.I.,
way
you was
Joe
right.
says, we'll be playing the Chargers next week.
Yes.
If it goes the way we say, we'll be playing the Texans. Which I think the Texans is a better game for us.
out of any of the
two.
probabilities that could happen, I'm not worried about any of the teams. Like any of those,
Mm-mm.
Houston,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Denver, none of
Nope.
that. None of that
Nope.
scares me.
Alright.
So I'm already looking at the AFC Championship.
So we're already
game.
looking at the Ravens versus the
just
Bills.
me.
It's a matter of who wins that game, right?
Well, I don't even know the Bills. Like,
And here's an interesting note, though: the Ravens did whoop the Bills back in September, 35-10. I know that was back in September.
Yeah.
but
Okay, we're going way to the future.
Not really,
Let's-
not
let's-
really.
let's- we're still on the
I know it's a
Broncos
little
and
fast
Bills.
for you.
all right,
but-
are we just focusing
So-
on this weekend?
Yeah. So yeah. Well,
So
so
we still
far,
gotta get
let's
the
let's,
NFC.
let's talk about the back games and playoff games. So, will Bo Nix be a rookie and just freeze up, or will Josh Daniels?
Josh
Daniels?
Daniels? Here we go again.
Josh-
Here we go.
Josh Allen.
Oh, here we go,
oh,
buddy.
man.
Run
Oh, my
all
God.
I
over.
was like Jaden Daniels. Is he
Are
trying
you,
to talk about?
are you not be able to
Here's
read
what
your
I
notes
think.
again?
Here's
Or
what I
will
think:
Josh Allen run all over them and win the game?
the
so-
Broncos go into this game; they're not expected to win. So I think that works in Bo Nix's favor, right? Because he's not expected to go in there and win. So I feel like he doesn't have that type of pressure. He plays more relaxed. I think he's going to be a rookie, but he's going to play a good, solid game.
Joe.
I think it's gonna suck.
There it is.
I
So
I mean, I think
who's your
I
pick
I think
to
your
win?
answer sucks.
Oh, the Bills.
who's-
the Bills?
Okay, Bills.
not gonna suck.
Who's yours?
The
He's gonna
Bills
suck.
still.
Uh,
the
uh,
Bills.
He's gonna
Okay.
suck.
So-
he was talking about Bo Nix for a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an upset. I'm gonna do Broncos.
really.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is that just because out of spite, or you really think they got a chance?
Yeah. I think-
Spite. That sounds like a spite.
No. They might. They
Yeah.
they have a chance.
Yeah.
They gotta.
I
Hey,
think after that
I mean,
they'll
everybody has
fizzle
a
out.
chance.
it's like it actually comes down to Bo Nix. Joe thinks he's gonna suck.
Sure.
Depends. What do you think, Bo? Because it comes down to Bo Nix. Do you think Bo Nix is gonna play well?
Tracy Online thinks Bo Nix 3 picks. I don't think 3. I think he'll
Thank
throw.
you, Tracy. I don't know who you are, but I like
think-
how
I
you
It's
think.
Tracy Ellis.
I think
I see the
Sean
name.
Payton's going to coach him up. He's going to throw 2 touchdowns, 1 pick.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say 2
Yeah.
touchdowns and maybe
Also,
run one of them in maybe about 45 yards running.
what? Also, fuck
45
Sean
yard
Payton.
run or total yards?
No, total yards.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Why would I pick a 45?
Well, you said
That's
it.
so specific.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, and a 45-yard run. I was like,
You did say that.
He's going to throw one throw that's 12 yards to Courtland Sutton.
put it down in the books.
Put it down. Bet on that, suckers.
yes. Parlay that.
All right. So the next one is Green Bay at the Eagles.
NFC.
Oh, man.
I'm all over Eagles on that.
So
They're
Jordan
not even
Love, or
close.
not Jordan. So everybody's going to be playing.
shit.
Yeah,
Jordan Love, it's Packers.
Yes, that's
You're at least
right.
got the right quarterback.
yeah,
I just laughed because you was questioning yourself.
yeah. Yeah, everybody's playing in this game. No, there's been some injuries. Golly.
Yeah,
There has been some injuries. There've been
There's
players.
injuries. There's definitely
There's some
injuries.
players that did not play recently.
So
something
have
like,
that.
Jalen
So
Hurts.
has he's on concussion protocol? Is he playing?
Yes,
they
he's
haven't
still-
cleared him.
Well, they haven't cleared him yet,
Yeah.
but he's going to play. See, he was on concussion protocol because he got his ass knocked out.
Okay.
All right,
Good
all right,
shit.
buddy. All right. Well, I'm going Eagles.
Well,
Eagles.
yeah, I'll go Eagles, but there's a bunch of people.
Oh,
out.
but
I'm
here we
just-
go.
No, no,
Here we go.
no,
The
no.
fucking butts again,
No,
dude.
the butt is look at all these guys that are out
For the Eagles.
on both teams.
Who?
On both teams. So there you go. It's
Byron
even
Young,
up.
Trevor Keegan,
No, no,
Jake
no, no.
Driscoll.
We don't know any of those guys.
Everybody's playing.
That's what I was.
Everybody's
That's what
playing.
the,
Wells just said.
that's what the butt
Hold
was.
on.
Everybody's playing.
When I say everybody was
now I
playing,
understand. Good
I
job.
meant people that actually mattered. You're naming off people I don't even know.
Well, that's because you don't know players.
I just said that. I don't know those players.
All right. We got is it Eagles. Everybody Eagles
Eagles, yeah, absolutely. Saquon Barkley's going to have a game.
for sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
I'll do Eagles, even though I hate their fucking.
That's
head
an easy
coach.
one. That's an easy one.
You don't like you don't. Yeah, he
Fly,
does-
Eagles,
he
fly.
does- He
He's
does
an
talk
asshole.
shit. He does
He's a
talk
little-
shit a lot.
He's the
Sirianni?
one- yeah, talking shit to our fans.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
big
does.
fucking crybaby.
Yeah, but you got to do that. That's part of the game.
You're a coach. You don't do that.
oh, yeah,
You-
you do.
You got to
Well,
show some leadership.
He's
So
a young guy.
you literally had his quarterback come up to him like, "Hey, that's enough. Calm down." Your quarterback had to tell you that, you
Yeah.
grown ass man.
He's a head coach of an NFL team.
Right, bro.
Yeah,
Calm down. You
yeah,
see
you have
Andy
to have a
Reid?
little bit more-
You see Andy Reid like, "Come on, motherfucker. Come on,
Do you
motherfucker."
see Dan Campbell?
I would Dan Campbell, but
Oh, but see,
Dan
okay,
Campbell's,
no,
there's a
but
difference
he's
because you,
fans.
but you like Dan Campbell.
used
No.
to play football.
Dan Campbell doesn't talk shit to opposite fans. He doesn't do all
you
that.
know what?
He doesn't try to fight everybody on the.
I
fucking
would
stand.
like to
That's
see.
true.
I would like to see Andy Reid get into it with the fans. that'd be pretty entertaining.
Wall over there
Hey, give me that cheeseburger.
with his mustache.
give me what is that? Give me those nuggies.
you got those nuggies. Great googly moogly.
Oh man.
All right, so the next one is Washington at.
The
Bucks.
Bucks, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, why did I put bus?
I don't know, but
Like, what the
I
fuck
think
is
that
bus?
for me that's one of the toughest games to pick.
Exactly,
Actually,
I
I think
agree.
it's so tough. Like, but my initial thought, I was thinking about this game earlier. I'm going Commanders.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Bucks because I just think
Baker.
Jalen Daniels has been up and down. He's had some really great games, really great times. He's had some valleys. I think with Baker having a pretty good season and more experienced, the whole team being more experienced than the Commanders. With the Bucks.
All right. we
Yeah,
got
I'm a big
the
fan of Baker
Commanders,
Mayfield,
the
so I'm going to go with
Bucks.
the Bucks.
$2, one
Yeah.
Commander.
I'm riding with the Bucks also. The
Yeah.
resurgence, or not the resurgence,
Well,
but
Buck,
the,
you too.
the new guy that's showing up for the McMillan that took over for who's the receiver that they lost?
Oh yeah,
Godwin.
Godwin, yeah, the McMillan, the new kid, the
Yeah.
rookie that's showing
he
up for
looks
them.
really-
Like
he's looking really good.
him, Mike Evans, K. Dotton, Bucky Irvin,
Yep.
and even what's his name, Rashid White, the other backup running back now.
I'll put my money on Jaden Daniels.
I'm going, yeah. Well,
I mean, he's been. That's not a bad pick.
no,
Okay. Does
But
anybody know the
I-
line
I-
on that? Do we know the line?
yeah, I could tell you. Let's see.
All right, Ken's got the line.
It's in Tampa, right? It's
Uh,
in Tampa.
+3 Commanders.
Boom.
Oh,
Really?
Yep.
So Tampa's favored.
Jaden Daniels time.
Okay.
but are they? They're not. You always get 3 points for being at home, so they're calling it a draw, pretty much, right? With the 3 points.
Do what?
No,
No.
Washington is favored, right?
Washington. No.
Oh, the
Bucks
Bucks are
are-
favored.
Bucks are favored minus
Yeah.
3. I said Washington
Minus three,
plus
okay.
3.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I was saying, like, usually they give the team 3 points for
because
just being
they're at home. Okay,
Yeah, so they're,
That makes
calling, they're
sense.
calling this game kind of a toss up.
that makes
Yep,
sense.
Toss up. Okay.
I like the Bucks. I think the defense is going to throw some things that Jaden Daniels hasn't seen and confuse him a little bit as a rookie. So.
All right, so let's move on over to the Monday night football game. The Vikings against the Rams at the Rams. They had to move it
Not at the
from
Rams. Oh,
Los
you're getting-
Angeles to the Arizona. Who's field?
Is Tracy a
Arizona.
Broncos fan?
It's the Cardinals. The Cardinals field.
Is it the Cardinals field? Okay.
Oh yeah, that was one of my real quicks that they moved the stadium because of the wildfires. They moved the game.
Yeah.
Well,
I
too
also
bad.
have a real
Too bad.
quick about the wildfires. Is JJ Redick lost his
You
home.
could have saved that for the real quicks.
I don't know if I will be here for
He's
this.
Oh,
not, he's
there
not
you
the only
go.
athlete or former
Yeah,
athlete.
so
that
obviously a
lost
lot
his-
of people.
I'm sure. Yeah. I
The
just
Palisade
saw-
fire west of Los Angeles, there's actually multiple fires. The Eaton fire north of Pasadena, and then the Sunset fire that's in the Hollywood Hills.
And let's take a time out right now for the Ad Astra boys. For we do we've seen the news. It's horrible. It's horrific. We're just donate if you can to the Red Cross. Donate. They keep on showing the QR codes you could donate for the folks out there. I know they're $1 million homes. I know everybody has insurance, but they've lost a lot other than that. They really did need a lot of help. So try to do the best you can to help them out. And we'll try to pitch into it as far as the Ad Astra boys. We're not rich, but we're not broke. So
there's that.
all right.
There's always that. There's always that.
So Vikings, the Rams, that's going to be nice. Or
think?
is Sam Darnold going to show up and poop?
Man,
And poop.
he did
At least say poop.
Did you say this on the live? Did you just say that on the live podcast?
I mean, just say
Yeah.
poop the bed or say something.
Okay.
Shit the bed is that.
No, I like that. Okay, it was different. He's going to show up and poop.
But
What? Did he not poop?
he probably did.
Not
I don't
interested.
know.
I'm not interested
Maybe-
whether he did or didn't.
Maybe he didn't, and that was the problem because he didn't look very good against the Lions. He missed plenty of
That
throws.
Lions game was horrible.
Man, dude.
It was supposed to be some kind of shootout and high scoring. That was fucking
Well,
boring.
The Lions was shooting it out, but no, I'm gonna go with the Vikings still. I think they're gonna regroup after that loss, and the Rams ain't too hot. so-
Oh no. I'm going Rams, dude. They got Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua. I knew he was gonna say,
Oh my
Puka
I know,
Nacua,
I know,
Puka
I know,
Nacua.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
T.I.'s
bring it,
hero,
bring it.
dude.
Yeah,
It's
he is,
T.I.'s
he is.
hero, man.
Dude, man.
Ever since you picked him up off the waiver
I know,
wire, like,
Yeah. Hey,
you're like, I'm the best guy ever.
Well, no, I'm not the best guy. He's one of the best guys, right? He's one of the best guys out there. But no, he just plays with this fucking attitude. Like there's just something
He
about
does
him,
play
man.
mean. He plays with that
Like,
Samoan attitude.
I'm telling you, there ain't nobody like him in the NFL. That's all I'm saying.
He's a wide receiver
All right,
version of
so-
Isaiah Pacheco.
So you got
Not true.
he's your favorite receiver.
No,
you
because
gonna
he
take him or
plays hard.
Justin Jefferson if you were drafting?
Oh, I'll take.
He was like,
I don't know. I'm not real big on Justin Jefferson. I probably wouldn't take Justin Jefferson. I'd try to take somebody else that was available.
like Jamar
Woo.
Chase.
Yes.
no.
Jamar Chase.
Consistency is
Real
fucking
deal.
Justin Jefferson.
He's been hurt. Here and
Exactly.
there. He's been hurt a lot this year.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want, an injured
Justin
fucking wide
Jefferson?
receiver.
He's missed.
He's got like 1,500 yards.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not
pretty
saying
solid. That's pretty
I'm
solid.
not saying that he's had a bad
Ken
year.
just
or
won that
nothing,
argument
But you said
at
you know,
1,500.
I think he missed maybe two, if
Oh yeah,
that.
well, yeah. So
Okay.
if he'd played those other two games, he'd had 1,700 yards.
Yeah, I didn't think he
It
was
probably
injured,
cost somebody the fantasy football championship missing those two games.
but that's another game that I think could go either way. It's a matter of if Puka
Yeah.
Nacua and the Rams
See?
offense shows up.
See,
But- But
Ken
I'm not-
knows. Ken knows. If you know, you know.
I mean, Puka is a great receiver, no doubt. But
Get off his nuts, Joe. Get off his nuts.
So, Tony, you take it to another level. But
Get off his nuts over there, Joe.
I think the X factor in that game is going to be Cooper Kupp. If he shows up, the Rams have a real chance. But I'm still going
man.
with the Vikings. Their defense is just too good, I think, and their offense.
Their defense.
Hold on, Tracy. Who's your
Yeah.
favorite player for the Rams?
So their
See if
defense,
she answers.
She likes the
or
Broncos.
he.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
your defense is for the Vikings defense. You saying they're pretty good? What
Yeah.
are they ranked? You remember?
Overall,
kinda, were
it
they top
depends what
five
you-
or something?
It depends what you go by. There's scoring defense and there's total yards defense and all that. They were up in the top 5 in both.
No, because I really don't remember. I think
So like
you're right.
overall,
I-
it sounds
I,
like top
I,
5.
I want to say their defense is really good. The Rams defense kind of
Yeah,
went a little downhill.
crap. Yeah. They
So-
do have that new rookie edge guy, Jared Verse. He's a stud. I like him. He's kind of been not the replacement, but like pressure guy for the Rams on the defense side.
Oh, that is a tough one, man. Golly. I mean, is Sam Darnold going to show up or is he going to look boring? like
Sam
the
Darnold's
rest?
playing for a contract. I think he's going to show up.
Man,
yeah.
I'm gonna say Rams.
Oh, I think.
Mm.
Well,
But-
aside
but
from the one game,
reluctantly, you know.
All right, 2 Rams, 2 Vikings. There we go.
You said Vikings? Oh, that's right, you did. Okay. All right, so there you have it. There's all the playoff games for this weekend, and if you want to go ahead and give your insight, go ahead and replay this video and mark it in there in the chats, and then we'll respond to you when we get a chance. All right. Anything else you want to cover as far as NFL or anything?
I do. I have a question about the Chiefs.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Chiefs.
Going to the future. This is after this year.
Chasing the okay. So
after
you jumping
this
into the future already.
Yeah,
Okay.
leaving,
yeah. So so we all probably agree that left tackle is probably the number one thing we have to replace, right? We have to find a left tackle.
It's huge.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, but besides that, I feel like wide receiver is the next spot we need to address because we're losing Hopkins, Hollywood, all that.
Hollywood's one more year, isn't he?
No, he had 1 year
No,
contract.
no, yeah.
was he?
It was
I thought
one
he
year
was two.
contract.
So we don't know for sure we're losing him, do we? I mean, it's
No.
I mean, we can
probably.
re-sign him. I guess he's
I
available
mean,
to be re-signed.
Go ahead,
Yes.
finish your point, Joe.
So here I got 5 of the top wide receiver free agents for next year. Who would you guys want to? And some of these guys have been hurt. So let's say that none of these guys have been injured. These are the 5 guys out there, injury free. Who do you want?
T.
Let's have it.
Higgins.
All right, let's have it. Go
Well,
ahead.
T.
Right.
Higgins is the number 1. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Ken, don't make me mute.
I already-
Say
I
this,
already
okay,
did. I'm gonna
say
get it
the
out of
list
the way.
first. Say the list first. You're
Jesus.
fucking it up for the
Higgins,
viewers.
Higgins is on the list, obviously, and he is the number 1 target.
All right, Joe's fucking it up too now.
So Amari Cooper is a free agent.
Old.
Boo.
I like that.
Keenan Allen,
I like
free
Negative.
that.
agent.
I like
No,
that.
he's too old.
Old.
Chris Godwin.
I like that.
I think I like Chris
Too
Godwin.
little injury prone.
I would say that he is injury prone. He's coming off a pretty bad injury, but I think he'd be the one that we could really
Fit into our
sign.
system.
He's serviceable.
And the last one is everyone's favorite, Stephon Diggs.
No.
No, stay away. Stay
We can't
away,
afford
stay
that.
away.
He's a cancer.
We can't
So-
afford that.
Yeah,
You guys already said it. The obviously the top of the list is T. Higgins, without a doubt.
but he's gonna be the $30 million
Yeah.
guy.
So you
Can't
know
afford
Joe
him.
Burrow is already pleading with his team. He does not want to lose T.
He
Higgins.
Oh,
can't
I'm
sign
sure
him.
he don't.
There's no way he
Yeah.
can sign him.
Well, he
No.
better take a deep like Joe Burrow better be willing to restructure like majorly.
Well, they
How
still got
old,
to sign Jamar.
Yeah. How old is
He's got to pick one or the other.
Amari Cooper? He said he's too old. Is he?
He's been around.
He just,
20.
you know,
20.
he's never had a
20
solid.
years.
I don't remember a time where he played the
Yeah.
entire season, and I could be wrong.
Oh, he did a lot. He did for a while, and when he was with the Browns,
Raiders.
and with the Cowboys.
But he didn't.
Man,
make
he's
the-
already been to the Raiders,
here's
the
the thing.
Cowboys, the Browns,
I
and
just
the
don't-
Bills.
He
Because
never
he's
played
good.
up.
Everybody thinks
He's
he's going to
good.
fall off, but he never really does.
He's good, but he's never played up to his true potential. I think that's probably the thought a lot of people have about him.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to re-sign Hollywood Brown for 1 more year and try to go with that vision that we had in the
I mean, I
beginning
hate
of
to
the
say
year.
it, but him getting hurt might have helped us to be able to sign him for another year.
Right, because
Yeah.
he still needs to do
Right.
the prove it year.
Right.
Right.
However, the kicker will be as if we get into these playoffs and he has some all he has to do is have 2 or 3 big games,
Yeah, in the
and
playoffs.
then all bets are off. He's going to
Yeah.
be right back in the fucking market. He's going to be the money man. So, yeah, I think we're going to have a hard time signing him.
Let me throw in another little wrench there for you, Joe. So Tyreek Hill is not happy. So he's going to.
Oh, I
you see
forgot
him,
about that,
and he
yeah.
quit. He quit on his team.
You're right.
There's no way he's going to be able to come back to his own team.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
he will
coming
be.
back.
There's no way that he can get away because they owe him too much money to cut him.
Yeah, dead money would be
Nobody wants to trade for him and get that contract back.
right. So if they cut him, they'll have 56 million in dead cap money working against them. So
yeah, it's
they just can't do that. They did say Sirianni and then, or not Sirianni, but their coach and then the GM, they had a meeting with them. Did you guys hear about
Yeah,
that?
I heard
Yeah,
about
they,
that.
okay.
Yeah, he was like, the GM was like, he never mentioned anything about being traded. He said,
Oh.
bring back Arthur Soto, bring back
Oh.
Brown, and see what him and Rice can do together.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Don't forget about that.
I
Rice
agree.
coming back.
Oh, for sure.
well,
Yeah.
obviously we want Rice to be back, but is he going? And he's coming off an injury. Was it ACL? Was he tore his ACL? Right?
I
was
think
both,
Rice,
wasn't it?
man,
ACL,
I feel like
Uh,
Rice is going to be fine. He's got that mentality.
I mean, players usually come back and are.
It'll
pretty
take him
good.
like half the season to get back into
Yeah.
game.
I
shape, you know
disagree
what
with
I
that bullshit. He's going to be
Yeah,
ready
that's
by
right.
the start of the season.
He's a young kid.
We'll see,
He'll
we'll
get it.
see.
He'll
He
get
knows
it back in preseason.
He's a young kid. He knows the playbook. That would be awesome. So Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and then Rice.
But to speak about Tyreek Hill, I would love to have Tyreek.
That's
Hill
right, Art
back.
Soto. Bet on Puka. See,
But,
everyone's on the Puka train. I'm telling you.
I just don't think it's possible. I mean, if we trade him back, what are we going to what do you think Tyreek Hill's going to bring back in a trade? I don't think much right now. I think it's not worth it to the Dolphins to trade him.
No. The Dolphins can't even trade him until maybe sometime mid next year. And then I think they said where they're still going to take a huge hit, but it'll be like 15 million less. But it sounds like he's staying there. He ain't going nowhere.
Only because of his contract, really. If he didn't make that much money or he was at the end of his contract, they probably would cut him.
So I think I heard that maybe so he might get picked up by somebody.
What the fuck?
I think he might get picked up by another team. It's gonna be stupid. He's gonna be pissed off, and then it won't be so bad, and then we'll have a reunion with him.
What, 3 years later?
Somewhere down the
Couple
road?
of years, yeah, maybe he'll sign a
Too
1 year
old then.
contract somewhere. I don't know.
So,
Tyreek, Tracy Ellis says Tyreek has his chance. Suck it up. Or probably had his
Right.
chance.
So
Deal
you
with
know
your
what?
decision you made to choose money over stardom
He
and
did.
rings. Would not want him back.
Is he going in
I
his
would.
last year?
I would love to have
2
Tyreek
more
Hill
years.
back.
Well, here's the thing
He's
about
signed a 3-year
Tyreek,
contract,
right? He went out there, had a decent year.
Just
They had
this
a
year.
decent season. The
He
moment,
re-signed again?
listen, the moment that there was trouble, he starts acting up. So I think teams really got to look at that, right? The moment that they had trouble, and it was because Tua couldn't stay healthy, for him to come out and speak against he wasn't speaking against the team, but to say the stuff that he was saying, obviously, you wouldn't like that as a fan. You'd be like, "Fuck Tyreek."
It was
right?
caught on camera in a huddle during the game. Towards the end of the game, his boy Waddle yelled over to the sideline. He goes, "Really? You're not talking to Tyreek?
Yeah, it's
You're
hard
not
to have a guy like that on the team.
You
man.
out, bro? You out? Tyreek didn't
That's
fucking come out.
That's
He
not
gave
good,
up.
bro. That's not good.
He gave up on his fucking team. This is why I said there's no way he could come back for whatever.
It comes down to the money, though. It would be terrible for them to let him go right now. It would make them look stupid. They'd be a joke, and they're not going to let that happen.
But if they did,
Somebody's got to pay him $30 million.
Somebody
Right.
will.
And then they got to trade for it also. They got to be willing to pay the money and trade for him. They're not just going to give him for nothing.
Well, no, yeah.
So you're giving up draft picks and taking a hit to
but I don't think they have to give it very much in draft stock.
I bet you they're having buyer's remorse.
for a receiver like that.
He's
I mean, but with
telling you,
all
it's worth
the
it.
baggage and
Well, yeah.
I mean,
it's worth it.
All
and,
the babies.
Yeah, and he move his 9 baby mamas.
It's worth it. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You can tell he misses us, man. You can tell.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
dude,
He was
yes.
wishing us a very, very Christmas, very Merry Christmas to the Chiefs.
And a happy New Year, right?
Happy New Year.
It's kind of off
Happy New
topic, but I
Year.
think that's going to be the case with a lot of NFL players coming now because of this whole portal thing. Like they're so fucking spoiled, they're bouncing around. There's no loyalty anymore. Like
you're
there's
saying the
zero to none
next generation coming
of
in.
players coming in. They're
Yeah.
just going to be like, "Oh, I'm not getting the time. I'm not getting the money. I don't like losing. I'm out." I think there's
It's
going to be a lot more of
a
that.
little bit different in the NFL because you have a contract.
Yeah, but I hate that.
And I'm surprised that these NIL deals don't have contracts where you're like, hey man, we're gonna pay you.
dude, those
You
dudes
got to
are
come here
making
for like
money.
2-3 years or whatever. It's like I guess it's just a 1-year deal. Everybody has a 1-year deal.
No, some of they I think what I read is they structure it for a 4-year deal, like that kid that's going to BYU, the basketball player.
I think it
He's-
depends on who the player is. Some are going to get a 1 year.
He signed like a 4-year deal worth $10 million, so it averages out to be like 2.5 a year or something.
But then they can just leave that at any time. It's not a real contract.
it is a contract, but like if you declare for the draft, then you're out.
Well, I see
Yeah.
that.
So
But
I think what Ken's saying, as long as you're here, this is what you're going
Yeah.
to get paid. But you still have
Right.
the option to opt out if you have that opportunity.
so you can opt out every year.
I don't know how all that works. I mean, I don't know, but
I think that's right.
I would think so. Like,
I feel
here's the
like
thing.
people
Here's the
change
thing.
Every year they
I
get
think
out
it would
because-
be. Here's the
yeah.
thing.
if you
I
got
think
$3
it'd be-
million offer to go to Kentucky, yeah, like
Could you
got rights to
imagine
leave.
a story coming up like, oh, so and so's trying to leave college to go to the thing, and then the college is like, filing a lawsuit against a player or something like that? Just they're
Oh,
never
sure.
going to do that in
I'm
college.
sure
like
there's a
the-
clause or something in
the-
there that negates that.
the girl that played for
Exactly.
LSU last year, the blonde girl that played for LSU last year.
Oh,
the year
Haley, whatever. her name is.
Yeah. Well, the year prior she played for someone else, and then this year she's playing for TCU.
Yeah.
So she's changed school 3 times.
Right.
Well, I
Right.
think you can do that with the
There's
new
no
transfer
there's no
portal
limit
now.
now.
That's what this transfer portal is going to be. They might reverse course on that here in the future. Who knows?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
some
can
money,
see
baby.
you should only be able to transfer once, man. Like that, and not have to sit out.
I think you could transfer once, and then I think you should be able to transfer like if your coach gets fired or extenuating circumstances. You know what I
I
mean?
think the idea of the transfer portal has been overdone.
yeah.
It-
and some
it-
people are going to
it's-
college for 7 years now.
Right. It's not what it was meant to be. It's not working.
So you did see that you can go to junior college for your 2 years and
Yeah,
then still
they
get your
just
4
changed that.
years of regular college.
Oh, man.
I'd be pissed if that was like that 4-year person.
Shit.
Like,
Man,
you got to
so
be fucking
that,
kidding
I mean,
me.
you could be like fucking 28 and still
that-
playing
that-
college football.
That quarterback
Yeah.
from Vanderbilt changed that. He sued the NCAA and won.
Really? Is that what it was about?
That's why. That's
Wow.
why they negated it because he played at JUCO for 2 years.
All right, let's keep with the theme with the Chiefs. So there's a survey going around about do you want a new stadium or would you prefer renovations?
Like a new stadium. We need an indoor stadium like Minnesota. Minnesota Stadium was freaking, man, it was amazing.
Outdoor. They need to keep it outdoor. I love that outdoor
You're
stuff.
fucking
Retractable roof there, Joe.
My bad.
Retractable roof there,
yeah,
fucking?
that would be awesome.
Or just keep it
Elements.
open.
I like it like that.
But the problem is that we're not going to get Super Bowls.
So
We're not going to get other venues.
it's sentimental. It's just like saying if they move Arrowhead Stadium and you can't tailgate anymore.
Remember there
Like, that
was
would fucking suck.
remember there was talk not too long ago about actually moving one Super Bowl over here to the Chief Stadium because of the
I think
nostalgia.
they need to fucking do
regardless
that.
regardless of what the weather would be, let's do a Super Bowl there.
It's-
But they
well,
realized the
They
the
wanted-
logistics of it, and then the just the money, they're not going to make
It's-
as much if it's not an
too
indoor.
corporate. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
they need
they
to bring
couldn't
it to
do
the
it
elements.
at
back in.
Kansas City. They wanted to do it for Lamar Hunt before he passed.
Right.
But we don't have the infrastructure of the city to hold a Super Bowl.
Well,
No.
I think we will because that's why they're doing all the construction in downtown and everything because they're bringing FIFA in what 2026 or
Yeah,
is that
whatever's coming.
25 or 26. That's why they're doing
That'll
all that
be
stuff
big.
now.
All right,
So we should be able to.
I'll have to.
But no, I want the elements. I like Arrowhead the way it
Okay.
is. I don't want Arrowhead to change. They can renovate
I'm
it. They can
agreeing with
put some stuff together.
There's
but
too much history there, man. I feel like we could renovate it too. I think we're in a decent spot.
But think of other stadiums like Soldier Field Stadium. It was a lot of history there, and they built a brand new stadium.
Thank you, Tracy.
There's other fields that had
Well, yeah, Soldier
They
Field
had-
they renovated also. They didn't tear it
that
down.
history, whatever. No, they didn't. They didn't they tear it down?
No, they just renovated the press box and all that stuff all there.
No, I thought they tore it down and
I
made
think they're
built
building
a,
a new one.
built a new
All
one.
right, we got a
But they
fact.
haven't.
We got a fact check coming at some
Wow.
point.
That was an example. There's been some others in history that had that nostalgia, had that history, that had that beautiful NFL feel back in the day. But you just build new stadiums. So I mean, I'm all for building a new stadium here in Wyandotte County.
Yes,
Come on
yes.
down to
It's
Wyandotte County.
actually right down the street, right down the highway.
All
right down
your dreams come
435.
true.
Bears are building one next year.
Aha,
Well,
what
I
did I
guess
say? What did we
technically this
say
year.
over here?
But yeah, they not too long ago they
they have
renovated
they
it.
renovated it
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
So
times.
they did the
did.
restrooms. Big deal, Ken. They added some curtains.
the press box.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to get out of here. I'm gonna go watch my grandson Adonis Campbell play some basketball.
Woo,
So
This
good
late
luck.
for
All
little
right.
kids?
8:15, man.
My goodness.
They're probably
Hey,
running
Ken, why don't you
behind because they're
slide
never
down
on
to
time
Joe's
there.
spot when he leaves?
Yep.
Hey, I'm glad that you can watch the show, and I'm glad I was on the show tonight. Thank you, guys.
All right, Hooters.
Good luck, Adonis.
Yeah, good luck. All right. So Joe Hooters is out. And we are almost done. So Ken voted no new stadium. You voted.
Yeah, no new stadium. I'd
No
like to
new
see him renovate
stadium.
what we have down there.
Joe said yes, new stadium, and I say yes, new stadium. Tracy Ellis says keep Arrowhead to too much magic and history. There, it would be awful to see it tore down.
Agreed. So one of the other things I think we need to talk about, we didn't really talk about it too much. Tracy mentioned it there, right? So really, basically the question is, what do we think the chances are that the Chiefs will make history this year, right? And get the 3-peat. Tracy believes that Mahomes is motivated enough, but she does not think it's gonna. But is that enough?
I think everybody's motivated. I think they got not just the run for the championship and the 3-peat and things that never been done. They're also looking at the guys that came in, like the Hollywood Brown, the DeAndre Hopkins, the guys first time in the playoffs, stuff like that. There's other things to play for other than just Mahomes being motivated and stuff like that. This is history in the making, So if that doesn't get you amped up and ready to go, I don't know what will.
So Arthur Soto, he has a vote. He said he wants to keep Arrowhead. So of course they're motivated. Of course they have a focus. Of course they have vision. You know why? Because there's a lot of leadership on that team, for one. For two, it's Big Red. Big Red will keep them focused. Big Red knows what they're doing. He got Spags along. He got Nagy along. Everybody's ready to go, man. So let's do this.
We have Jalen Watson. That it sounds like Jalen Watson's going to be back. That's going to be huge for us in the secondary. So
I heard that.
I'm excited about that. We're going to have two. Both our running backs, I believe, are healthy coming into this. Both Kareem Hunt.
Yep.
Isaiah Pacheco. We got Hollywood Brown. We just talked about it earlier. We got Worthy. We have DeAndre Hopkins. So, man, I feel like the way it's set up for us, I feel like it's set up for us really well, just for the simple fact that I do believe we're going to either play the Chargers or the Texans in the first round, right? It's obviously playing against probably the Ravens or the Bills. That's going to be the huge test for us. But I like the fact that they're going to have to go through some tough games just to get to us. So by the time they play us, we're going to be a little bit more rested. And I think for the first time, if you guys look at the past seasons where we went into the playoffs, where we won the Super Bowl, I think it's going to be different this year. I think it's going to be more emphatic. I think we're going to surprise people. We're going to have bigger spreads in the score. And I think we're going to finally win a Super Bowl kind of going away.
So all year long, all season long, they've been wondering what's wrong with the Chiefs. What's wrong with the Chiefs? Yeah, because you're not used to us barely winning by 2, 3, whatever, last minute luck, whatever you want to call it. But now I agree with T.I. I think now that everybody's getting healthy on offense, I think we are going to be able to spread it. I think we are going to be able to go down the field a little bit more and have more options, especially with our running game. So, Ken?
Also to backtrack a little bit on the motivation part. I don't know if you guys paid attention to all the other teams that are trying to, reel in our coaching staff. Spags has talked to 2 or 3 different teams. Nagy's talked to a couple different teams. The Jets are even trying to get our assistant GM and pull him over there. So everybody's trying to bring the Kansas City Magic to their organization. So, I think the guys on the team realize there's a lot more at stake. This might be the final run with everybody available to them. So lay it all out on the table. I think this is going to be a real interesting push to the playoffs. T.I. and everybody touched on it all. We're getting everybody back at the right time. I think our offense is definitely going to start clicking. A lot of that had to do with, trade possibilities and things like that I'll cover in my real quicks, but I think they were kind of sandbagging toward the end. So
yeah. And thank goodness for the Bengals fans and the players, because they were right. We were terrified. We did lay in there because I did not want to face the Bengals.
The Bengals would have to win 2 games in a row to get to us.
Woo!
Yeah, I didn't want. I honestly, I hate to say it, but I did not want to see the Bengals potentially in the playoffs either.
But the Bengals would have been beat up because they would have had to get back the Bills first, and then let's assume they play the Ravens. Then they'd have to beat the Ravens. They'd have to beat the top 3 teams in the AFC, and that probably was not going to happen.
They would have bungled it.
They couldn't do like we did last year.
Okay, so good topic. Yeah, motivation there. All right, anything else from the Chiefs?
Nah, we're just waiting for the football to happen.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just waiting for the football to happen. Okay. You guys want to transition over to something else, or are you ready to call the real quicks?
I think we're good for real quicks,
Fire
right?
them away, brother.
All right.
Hope y'all have some. I only have a couple.
I got a few.
All right, good.
All right, this is everybody's favorite segment, the real quicks. And if you have one, go ahead and put your real quicks in. If you don't know what it is, a real quick is just a real quick tidbit of sports or anything else you want to talk about that nobody else might not know about. All right.
Or you're probably seeing in a front headline today.
For instance.
All right. You want me to lead it off?
Go ahead, Joe. Or Ken.
Real quick. Deshaun Watson of the Cleveland Browns ruptured his right Achilles, hindering him useless for the rest of the next year again after he restructured his deal to help the team out.
Ken just took my real quick.
My
And
bad,
honestly,
homie.
I
It's
don't
all
care.
good. I had
I
to.
never cared for the guy. I don't care.
You know,
for
I
him.
used to like
He's-
Deshaun Watson, but everything got fucking weird once the whole
Once the
massage
butthole
gate
thing
broke
came out.
down, man. Like
Yeah.
that destroyed
He just got
whatever
weird.
happened. It destroyed his confidence,
He
man.
was an
Whatever
asshole.
happened, his confidence just was
Literally.
trash
He
after
was-
that.
Yeah, he was an asshole. He's a
Apparently,
he's a jerk.
like man,
You're a jerk.
yeah,
You're a jerk.
so many things to say about that guy, but
So that
too
was
bad, man. Too bad.
That was an example.
Wasted
but-
talent,
Oh my
wasted
God.
talent.
Okay, right, ready?
Shut up.
Good
Oh,
deal.
thought you was ready. Ken took my real quick.
Yeah, he took my other one too. Okay,
He only did one.
real quick. The Browns and the Jets are steady to play in London 2025.
That's it.
Yeah, so
Oh.
London, look out! Here comes the best of America. Be careful. Look out, everybody.
There you go. All right, hit it.
Oh, sorry.
Mahomes can tie Montana next week for most playoff wins with 16. So right now he's at 15 out of 18 playoff games. So if he wins next week, he'll win 16 playoff games out of 19. Tom Brady, by the way, holds that top spot with 35.
That's
Fuck.
crazy. Double.
Right. That's going to be tough to beat.
Real quick. The Chiefs retained 2025 fourth round pick because Hopkins only saw less than 50% of snaps.
Oh mine. There it is. Yep.
Very nice.
And will send the Titans fifth round pick instead.
That's what I was talking about earlier in the segment about sandbagging. The Chiefs weren't putting Hopkins out there nearly as much because they knew that they were going to end up
good
think
giving
they did
him.
that on
shit.
purpose?
They might. Oh, dude,
Absolutely.
that's a money move right there. That's slick.
So
yeah.
hit the real quick. I'll tell real quick. Jerry Jones fucked out Cooper Rush out of a $500,000 signing bonus because he didn't want to put him out on the field on the very last game because he would have made 55% of the snaps and he was entitled to a $500,000 signing bonus. So Jerry
Wow.
Jones started Trey Lance instead when you got the Tampa Bay Bucks running the very last play to get Mike Evans.
that.
What
$3 million.
What a piece of shit
Jerry Jones said,
is.
I didn't know.
You didn't know your ass.
Bullshit.
Somebody probably told him. Fuck him.
You're the
man.
fucking owner. Of course you knew. So let me ask you.
There's a reason. There's a
$500,000.
reason that the Cowboys got all that talent, but they fucking suck.
Yeah.
It's at the top.
Was that the season that they didn't go to the playoffs and it didn't matter anyways?
No, this was but it was this year. You want to get that guy. He was your backup. He
Was it
filled
this
in-
year?
Yeah, he filled in for what's his nuts?
You take care of your guys, man.
So they were already out of
$500,000 for a backup quarterback.
but they were already out
Oh,
of the
he's like, fuck
playoffs.
that backup quarterback.
They were already
he
out
is
of the
thinking.
playoffs.
But he
so-
was playing all the other games and they were out of the playoffs.
I mean, you know,
No,
you don't
but
want-
Ken's point is this: is like the
Okay.
it didn't make sense that he took him out of the game because he was
Okay.
playing all the games prior to
Put-
that.
put
so
it in-
that
put it in
if he took him
context.
out, it was probably to fuck.
Put
him.
it in context. The Bucks have their best receiver out there on the very last play to get him, what was it, 4 yards or 5 yards on the very last play, running the risk of injury on a close game where they still could have lost if they turned the ball over because they wanted to show that, hey, you're our guy. And fuck Jerry Jones. I don't like that prick.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like 3 franchises that are
I don't
just
care if
terrible.
I don't care if you made a cameo in the Landman.
There's the Cowboys and there's the Jaguars and there's the Browns. I love the Browns, but goodness gracious,
You love the Browns?
I do
I was
love
about
the
to like,
Browns.
what's the love about the Browns? Deshaun
Yeah.
Watson?
Fuck no, that was horrible.
What's
This
like
is-
the captain
This
of
is
the
why
team?
it was hard. Fuck, he was not the captain of the team. So this is why it's hard to follow the Browns because they signed Deshaun Watson and all that. They're horrible decision making. And then you got the Raiders and you got
I think I know why you said it. You always
Cowboys.
kind of like the idea of the dog pound, right? They always kind of had that energy there. Is that why you say that?
Yeah,
Because
No, they're a fun
I
team.
like that about them.
They're a fun team to watch. And they're always underdogs.
great crowd.
and I like to see them go a little bit further every year. So
Oh, I got one more real quick. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Fonseca for finally getting us some stir sticks in this house. That's all.
we are officially in overtime, but I think we're already done anyways. That was
Hold up.
weird.
Hold up.
Oh,
Oh, was it that
I
weird?
got- so the real quick, did you guys see that the new campus or for the new Royal Stadium is going to be at the old Sprint campus of 119th as a possibility for a new site?
I did not know.
That was
Thanks for breaking
that
the news.
That's what I just heard.
Where?
The old Sprint campus off 119th.
Oh, wait a minute. Did this just come across the wire right now?
No. I've heard it a couple
okay.
days ago, but it's a potential.
We thought we were
spot
going to
for
break
the,
it.
for the
We're going
new
to be breaking
stadium.
news here.
And I thought that would actually be a good spot for it.
No, in Johnson County?
Yeah.
Really? No. All right.
Yeah, I mean, first off,
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you to Arthur Soto and everybody else who chimed in.
Hey, Tracy, anybody other than the Chiefs? I'll probably go the Eagles.
Oh, as far as like who will win it all?
Yeah, Tracy asked a
Yeah,
question
Tracy.
outside
Here's
of the
the
Chiefs.
thing.
Who would you like in the Super Bowl?
I-
She says Josh Allen.
I hate the premise of the question. However, I will answer it. I would hope to see the Detroit Lions. So it's not necessarily who
yeah.
I think, but that's
Yeah.
who I would want to see win it. If
As long
it
as they don't
cannot be
beat
the-
us.
Yeah, exactly. if
If-
for some reason we don't make the playoff, we don't make the Super Bowl, I would love to see the Lions take it off.
I'll change my pick. I'll go with T.I. Yeah, I like to see Detroit. Dan Campbell, I like his fire.
Yeah, I would pick the most underdog, lowest seeded team, make it, and it would be funny. All right. Thank you for joining in once again to the Astra Boys. See you suckers later. Suckers!